What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Yesterday I didn't have time to do the chart. Unfortunately, one of my dogs has thyroid cancer and we had to remove that yesterday. Which kind of sucks. We had this dog for about 10 years now, and I thought we had more time with him, but looks like his time might have come already. But the operation was successful. The surgery was successful. We removed the tumor and stuff, but you know, he's just kind of chilling right now. But he's on pain meds. But that's not here or there. Let's talk about the chart. We can clearly see there's a gap on the chart. So the price closed yesterday here and it opened down here, and you can see that on the daily chart as well here. So most of the times the price will try to fill that gap, and if I had to guess, I think we're gonna fill this gap today. Sometimes it does take a day or two, but most of the time price usually fills that gap with the same day. And the way the price is moving, making these higher lows, I have a pretty good feeling that we might fill this gap. Nothing's 100%, but most likely we will fill that gap. But anyways, so yeah, so it was price is working down in this little channel here. We have a break with a couple legs down, and then we go into this range. There is a triple test right off the bat. I do not trade at the open. I wait 5 minutes after the market opens. But there is a triple test, multiple test actually. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You can clearly see there's a lot of resistance up there, so you can take that trade. I don't take that trade. Like I said, I wait 5 minutes. Same thing with this one. It's at 8:34. Again, I don't like breaking that rule. That's just one of my rules. But you have a break new high as well, so it's a good setup to take. Price reverses, breaks new low. Unfortunately, it does not test the bottom of the channel or bottom of the range. And then we have another channel working, break new high, no setup. Originally, I had this channel here, a little bit wider, but you can clearly see it was actually like this. And there's no setup here anyways. I mean, there is a second entry long here, but technically it is. You have new high, first entry, second entry. I don't like trading second entries like that. I need a higher low, which you get one here, but it's too far away. You can also treat this as a failed breakout, but for me personally, I need a higher low, which just comes here, and that's gone too far. Then you have a couple legs up, and then price reverses, and you also get a second entry long here. So you have new high, first entry, second entry long, with the support of the bottom of the range. That was my trade, and one and done. It was an early trade, which I love. And that's it. That was a trade. Price goes up. I was hoping it would test the highs again, but did not. There is a lower high here. You cannot take that as congestion, and it's at the middle of that range. Don't be very cautious of the midline in ranges. They're very, very important. The EMA is not so important in the range. Midline is extremely important, so be very aware of that. There's a second entry long here. You have new high, first entry, second entry. You could take that, honestly speaking, but for me personally, with the break of this channel with a new high, I didn't know if the price can go lower or what it's going to do. Then you have a triple test here as well. You also have a channel working down, which I did not draw. Break new low. That's a pretty decent trade. Another triple test here. And then here's the thing too with these triple tests. The more price tests those levels, the weaker it gets. So even like this green arrow, I probably would not recommend trading that, just because you already had, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Fifth test of this support. And like I said before, the more price tests that support or resistance, the weaker it gets. So after the third test, be very cautious in trading those, because you might get stopped out. Even though this worked just fine, again, I would just be very cautious. And you can clearly see this did not work, but then eventually this one did work obviously. But then again, if you come over here, it didn't work. Okay, this one worked just fine. So it's one of those things where you have to be very aware of how many times the price was tested. And like I said, in this case, it held and went in the opposite direction. But just be aware that, but you don't, again, like I said, you don't know what's gonna happen. So be aware, be very cautious. Usually when the price tests 3 times, I'll take the trade. The 4th and 5th and 6th, I don't trade those. I let it go because I know that the support gets weaker and weaker as the price action touches that level. Anyway, so price reverses, goes back up to the range. Here you have this failed breakout as well. You can actually draw this channel a little bit tighter, so you actually have a break new high. Can this be like a failed breakout, so to speak? No trade there. And we go into this wider channel. Second entry long here. Can't trade that, too far from EMA, congestion. Price reverses. There's a second entry long here. Again, I need a higher low. I can't take trades like that. I need a higher low. Don't get one. So no trade there. And again, I wasn't looking to trade anymore after this trade. I was done for the day pretty much. But I like to, look at the charts and practice drawing my channels and stuff. So like I said, if you have a trend working up with a break new high and then another correction with two legs down, basically a measured move. I bet you it's measured move. Close enough. And then you get this kind of like a double bottom, so to speak, here and here, and you can't really trade that. Ideally, you want, like I said, a higher low again, because you are looking to retest the high of the bigger channel right here. And you eventually do get that here, but unfortunately no setup. And then price reverses with a break new low, and then reverses again. You can initially have this channel just like this, but once the price does this, you can actually readjust it to fit like this. There's a higher low here. Again, you go into the it did close above the EMA, so that's a good thing, but it is congestion. So yeah, it's a 3-bar congestion. 1, 2, 3. Very dangerous, especially with new high already in place and the price try to retest that high again. I would be kind of cautious going long here. And the price does make a double top here. And if I had to guess, if I was looking for a trade, I would probably look for a lower high and go short with enough room to scalp out to the EMA. But like I said before, it looks like the price will try to fill that gap today. It might do a little chop sideways for an hour, 45 minutes, and then eventually will go up. But you never know. Okay, nothing in the market's 100%. So, but that's all I got for the video. The Bullnox, I'm sorry, I forgot to change this. It's not 89% off, it's 75. And the code is Elite91. The code is going to be always Elite91. Does not matter if it's 90%, 50%, 45, 75. It's always going to be Elite91. Just because I've been using Elite91 for a long time, it's easier for me to just plug it in and call it a day instead of just doing it differently every time. So, but yeah, that's all I got for the video. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully you had a good week. My week was pretty good, can't lie, and hopefully you enjoy your weekend, and I'll catch you guys on Monday.